Hello, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan and Michael Askew. I'm glad you stayed up late tonight there in Great Britain. I know my timing of these Friday live streams, and for you guys, Saturday morning or way early morning live stream isn't the most ideal time. So thanks for anyone in Europe staying up tonight, even you East Coast United States people. So anyway, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. You're a vegan cult member. I've been demoted. I was actually figuring a vegan cult leader and a cult member. I mean, a vegan cult leader is a cult member, just one with a elevated status or something like that. Like they're still in the cult. But anyway, this is the time we get together every Friday, and for some cases, some of you guys Saturday, and discuss any and all things vegan. So if you are already vegan or vegetarian or plant-based, you found a great place to hang out with other like-minded individuals. Combined here, we probably have many centuries of combined wisdom. So it's a great place to ask questions, learn, and just meet some cool, chill people. And I make sure they're cool and chill people. If you're not cool and chill, basically you come here and just act like oops, not this, like violate these basic rules of being civil, you'll not get along here, and one of my moderators will boot your ass out of here quicker than you can say cult. So anyways, so that covers all our plant-based people. If you're not vegan, don't feel intimidated. It's cool. Most of us weren't born vegan or vegetarian. Very few people were. So yeah, I understand where you're at. So if you want to just lurk and listen, I'm totally cool with that. If you want to just peek around and say, make a little comment and say hello, totally cool. And again, if you want to ask questions, we're not going to jump all over you. Despite what Ali said in his Why I'm No Longer Vegan video, vegans typically aren't like, let's say morally superior. We think we're morally superior than everyone else. Some vegans are like that, and many non-vegans are like that too. It's just a personality trait. It has really little to do with your diet. It depends on how much of an a-hole you are, or how much of an a-hole gene you were born with. Diet independent. So anyway, yeah, we're not going to jump on you. And also too, if you are not vegan and you're not here to learn or participate in our community, and in fact you think all of us are a bunch of cult members and we're bad people, we're evil, and I'm especially guilty because I spread all this horrible misinformation not grounded in fact or reality, you can state your case as long as you're civil. Again, as long as you don't violate these basic rules of civility. If you're a total a-hole, just hold it in, just suck it down, just try your best. Let me try to be a decent person as you type in your comment there, and we'll give it a shot, okay? But no a-holes. If you're an a-hole, I see my uncle moderators here, Peter's here, we'll boot you out, okay? We just don't deal with people who can't at least be cool. And it looks bad for your kind meaning like anti-vegans. If you guys have no choice other than to be a-holes, it really makes me wonder, maybe just a-holes are attracted to anti-veganness, because there's way fewer vegan a-holes, and there are vegan a-holes, don't get me wrong. So anyway, with all that out of the way, hello everyone, thanks for being here, and hopefully this will be a fun live stream tonight. Got a lot of comments on the Ali of Seaspiracy no longer being vegan video, and I got some more stuff to share with you guys about that. I don't think I'm going to make a follow-up video. I don't want to touch it. It's really kind of a hot button topic as to why he made this video. A lot of people thought it was because of he got paid by the meat industry. Well, turns out he got paid, but by a whole nother industry, and we'll talk about that later. As I said, it's kind of a sensitive political thing. I don't want to be caught in the center. I'm just the messenger. But he was bought, and his morality was bought and sold apparently by a media company. So maybe we'll talk more about that later. But that's not my purpose of the live stream. My point was, though, I got a lot of lively comments and discussion from that video, the Ali Tabrizi Seaspiracy director no longer being vegan video, and a lot of comments from vegans and non-vegans alike, people trying to justify him and try to attack me for misrepresenting him. I knew that would happen. I even threatened one person. I said, he just kept bitching and bitching, accusing me of being classist about the rice and beans thing. I said, look, provide an actual video timestamp of the support of what you're claiming I said. If not, I will personally ban your ass for intentionally spreading lies about me. So put up or shut up. So hopefully some of these people will show up, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But Yeah, who knows? I invite anti-vegans all the time to the live stream, and they don't come. Hey, brother vegan, what's up from Arkansas? I got family from Arkansas. I think I still have some family still in Arkansas. Kind of near, I don't want to give too much personal. It was a small town. I forgot the name of the town, but I think Russellville was like the nearest like city to where my some of my family's from out there. So welcome everyone. Hey, wow, Peter. Wow, two grifters met there. Awesome. Hey, Vegan Metalhead. Thanks for being a member for 36 months, man. That is 3 solid years of being a happy fam. That's a happy fam, our channel members. They get special little perks. We're supposed to do some more happy fam only live streams doing Angie. We've just been so overwhelmed with life lately, so I apologize we haven't done that in a while. Let's see. Hey, VLAM, how's it going? Good to see you. Hope you're feeling better there. Someone in the comments in the Ollie video said they advocate for veganism, but also spew the crop death argument, though, like the combine. There's so many problems with the crop death argument because non-vegans eat crops, right? Unless you're carnivore, you're consuming crops, so that argument's out the point. If they're upset about the harm that's caused in farming crops, well, that's not a vegan thing because everyone eats crops. So it's kind of a moot point, and it's even worse for the non-vegans or anti-vegans because more crops are fed to animals. The vast majority of crops grown here and worldwide, as far as I know, are fed to animals. So if you really want the fewest amount of crops grown, you would, again, have no choice other than to be vegan. It's all demonstrated very clearly from the let me get it up here. The mathematical model that I show people, it shows you, when you grow grains, fruits, and vegetables, there is a very small amount of animals killed, unintentional animals killed in harvest, but it pales into comparison to the amount of animals that are killed in the production of animal products. So if you are truly a harm reductionitarianist or utilitarian or whatever you want to call these people, again, you have no choice other than to eat the foods that are on the bottom of this list, fruits, grains, and vegetables. So yeah, vegans aren't perfect. Yeah, I don't think any vegan denies that there are no crop deaths in the harvesting of crops that vegans eat. There's harm that goes to the crops that non-vegans and animals eat. So I'm not sure why people are expecting perfection. VLAM, wearing the HHV tie-dye shirt to a hike now. Awesome. I haven't worn mine in a long time. So let's see it looks like a lot of the regs are here tonight. And what was I going to say? Sarah, aka Late Model. I remember she said she's got I think she's going to a concert tonight, so maybe she'll pop in before she leaves or something like that. Maybe she has this on right now and she's getting ready and stuff. So anyway, yeah, we might not see one of our regs tonight, Sarah/Late Model. Let's see, there's Angie. Hey, say hello to Angie. She said, right, Robert. What did Robert say? Yeah. Crop death is not valid from a meat eater, first of all. And again, it's impossible to have zero harm happen in the production of food. Whether the food goes to vegans, to meat eaters, to animals, there's going to be harm. Once again, if you're truly a harm reductionitarianist, oops, wrong button. You have no choice other than eat the foods that are bottom of this graph here. And if you're not sure what it is, it's a mathematical model. So here's some of the formulas used based on data from very non-controversial sources, such as like the USDA, stuff like that. Not like a vegan activist making numbers up. There's all these new media companies. We could talk about that later. That wasn't the point of my video, but I wanted to have that ready in case someone asked me about that. That's who has been paying them since the new year, basically, to promote a certain kind of right-wing point of view for a non-US country. All right, let's leave it at that for now. So anyway, VLAM, they said they have extensive research that shows veganism causes 1,000 times the suffering and 8 times the death. Well, I love, oops, wrong button. Again, I would love to see their data. We actually have a mathematical model that, I tell you, starts its numbers with like really safe assumptions, like how many crops are grown, how many animals are fed. And these numbers come from like the USDA, the United States Department of Agriculture. So these are the numbers that follow from the mathematical model. I'd like to see how this person got it wrong by a factor of like 1,000,000 times or something like that. They're saying that grains, fruits, and vegetables are actually 10 times worse than like chickens, eggs, beef, and pork. And they're saying this mathematical model is not only wrong, it's like so flawed, it's off by like 1,000 times. That's an extreme claim, an extraordinary claim, and extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So until they can produce some data to show this author is off by a factor of 1,000 or 1,000,000, we're gonna not give them any credit yet. So anyway, what up, y'all? And they wrote all that nonsense with such confidence too, VLAM. Yeah, it seems like it's like the Dunning-Kruger effect. The less you know about something, the less you're an expert in something, the less data and evidence you have about a claim or an assertion, the less capable you are of providing support for a claim. You'll state it more confidently. You just assume it's true because someone told you that. Some shirtless guy in Costa Rica influencing beef supplements or whatever said it. It must be true, right? How could someone with their shirt off in Costa Rica possibly be wrong on empirical claims, right? Well, Angie said, wow, Peter, that is messed up. Let's see. Said, sadly, I think Ali is now anti-trans. I was clicking on some of his newer videos and I didn't watch it long enough. I'm going, is he going down an anti-trans? Is he like homophobe and transphobic now? I told you he's been, ever since New Year's, he got the I'll just show you what I learned here. He's it's not a secret. He's been under the payroll of a certain media company, Barzell Media. We are excited. I'll just read here. We are excited to present our very first signed influencer, Ali Tabrizi. We're incredibly proud to represent the talented Iranian-British director of the groundbreaking Netflix documentary Seaspiracy. Ali's dedication to raising awareness about ocean conservation has inspired millions globally. Nothing about animal cruelty, just like an environmental thing. But anyway, at Barzell Media, we're committed to empowering change makers and friends of Israel like Ali who are making a real difference in the world. Follow him and Seaspiracy for updates to see why we decided to have him signed as our first signed talent. Yeah, and I looked on some of his vids and I didn't really watch them. I just kind of got a creepy feel, but it seemed like he's homophobic or transphobic, other things like that. And people said he made videos that are again, I don't want to get wade into the political waters. I'm just a messenger here. I'm just reporting things. I'm not taking a stance, but anti-Palestinian videos, stuff like that, which I don't want to click on or anything like that or support. So anyway, so apparently that's what's been going on with him. And that Instagram post, I believe, was from New Year's Eve, just like, December 31st or January 1st of this year, just a relatively new development and things there. So, yeah. So I'm gonna say, so I don't know. I just wonder, and I'm just asking a rhetorical question here. How much does it cost to like sell out veganism? How much does it cost? I mean, I've always told you guys, I've long suspected, not saying Ali's situation here is proof of what my suspicions were, but I've long suspected that many influencers that made I'm no longer vegan videos and stuff, I suspect some of them, I'm not sure what percentage, have had there's been a little help behind their videos, meaning someone or some industry or company paid them to make those videos. And I long suspected they were, meat industry related, PACs and, groups of like that, organizations that are politically motivated or funded by meat industry to like spread misinformation, in this case, pay off influencers influencers, and I was wondering how much does it cost to like sell out your ethics if you had any in the first place. So anyway, I don't know. In this case, it wasn't a meat industry; it was something totally different. I never suspected something quite like what happened in Ali's case. Not to say it's better or worse, just not what I had in my mind. But my point was, if any of these companies or political groups ever approached me, I'm going to expose it to you guys. Seriously, I'm going to play along. If they write me at first, like if I get a letter from the National Cattlemen's Beef Association, Media Misinformation Arm, I'm going to play along and write to them and say, hey, yeah, let's go along with, send me the contract. I'm totally on board. I want to ditch veganism anyway. Our channel doesn't get a bunch of views. I want to get a bunch of money. Sure. And I'll take it as far as I can and expose it to you without ever signing anything. I want to be the person to break it, because I think this really happens. But I haven't gotten any emails yet, so we'll see if I ever get some kind of just scary, dirty email or letter from some strange political organization group or something like that. And Robert Bird, thank you for our first and hopefully not last super chat tip of the evening here. Ryan, you are a legend. Thank you, Robert. Morning for you, right in Australia, but thank you so much, Robert. Oh, Michael Askew, who's staying up super late tonight in England or Great Britain. Thank you.
A long time since I donated in the early hours, but for all we love you, Ryan and Angie.
Oh, thank you. Hopefully Angie's on right now. Still she is. Well, thank you, Angie. See that Michael stayed up really late tonight in Great Britain to watch this live stream and send us that super generous super chat tips. Super chat, I said it right, super chat tip. So thank you so much, guys. If anyone else wants to send us one, totally cool. You guys know we're a small channel, even though we have like 200,000 subscribers, most of those subscribed before like say 2020, so we're just down to a core few thousand. So yeah, we might seem like a big channel, but we're a small channel. So every contribution like that helps us out. So I don't have to sell my soul. I wouldn't do it anyway. We're music producers, most of our income doesn't come from YouTube or anything like that. We spend most of our time on our music businesses. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is vegan activism is still important to me. Like I said in my Ali video, you can do both. Well, I didn't know he couldn't. He was actually being paid otherwise. But anyway, you can do both. I'm happy to spend, I can dedicate a certain amount of my time, and I love to. I love spending time with you guys. I love debunking misinformation, bullshit, why I'm no longer vegan videos, bullshit Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson videos and Paul Saladino and all that nonsense. I enjoy doing that. I really, it brings me pleasure to respond to misinformation. I'm bummed that the misinformation is being put out there, and in cases like Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson and Saladino, their reach is way, way bigger than mine. But hey, I just do what I can. And Mike the Vegan and Earthing Ed and Joey Carpsong and others, fighting the good fight too. And we all got to keep working. I also wanted to say one more I'll still leave it at that. Everything else about Ali's would be speculation, and I'm not going to go beyond the actual facts, like that announcement from his new media company there that, whatever. I'm just going to keep it to facts. I will not speculate. And I don't want to comment much more on hot button political issues, because I don't want this to be political. I think the bigger point is not the political issue. The bigger point is, being paid to throw veganism under the bus. That's the bigger issue right there. So anyway, thank you, Vegan Metalhead, for your super chat tip. I had, you're saying I had Garland Farms come after me. I would believe the meat industry would pay vegans to quit. Wait, tell me more. What's going on? You had a meat company, Garland Farms, approach you and want you to quit being vegan? Tell me more about this, please, because this is the suspicion I've had for a long time. I would have thought, though, they would approach people at least my size, if not way bigger, but let me know. Let me know what's going on there. Vegetable tempura, AJ. Are you making vegetable tempura right now? Because that sounds amazing. Please shoot some over in the Star Trek food teleportation machine, please. Oh yeah, Russell Brand is a great parallel for Ali Tabrizi, someone who is fighting I guess a more left wing message or something like veganism shouldn't be. It should be apolitical anyway. Russell Brand, yeah, I remember when he used to do the truths, and now he's I think he's been bought and paid for by certain other groups like Ali has to have a new media career with a new audience. And both were vegan, and now they're not vegan. That's the parallels there. Let's see. Oh, you're not making it. I see, AJ. Nikki was asking favorite vegan Japanese dish. Yeah, okay. You're not making it, so you cannot send it to me. Okay, what's up, Peter? Paul Saladino, the shirtless guy in Costa Rica, one of many health wellness influencers in Costa Rica that make surprisingly large percentage of their videos without clothing above their waist. Anyway, Paul Saladino is lying about raw milk. He's saying that way more people get sick from pasteurized milk, but misrepresent. Like, does he have any data? I haven't researched the topic because I have no interest in the matter really, but I've heard it's to be the other way around. I wonder what data he has, or just say, hey, look at me, I'm standing in the sun, shirtless in Costa Rica. I couldn't possibly tell you something that's untrue, right? Because look at me. Is it the appeal to the shirtless Costa Rican influencer fallacy? Graven, I like Graven's attitude there. If these non-vegans and anti-vegans want to drink raw milk, just let them, huh? Just let them. It's like a science experiment. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I can't say I disagree with that point of view too much, other than they're drinking, they're exploiting animals to get that, but they're going to do it anyway, regardless of how I feel about that. Let's see, Angie points out, it's really hot today. Yeah, I have the air conditioning on. Thank God, our air conditioning this year broke before summer, so we can get the whole new system installed before it got really hot. Like today, it's 77 right now. It was like in the 80s earlier. I see Northern California, especially inland, it's going to be was supposed to be like 100, 110 some places, like a crazy quick little heat wave. Anyway. Okay, here's a fallacy. You got it, Peter. He could. It's the number/percentage comparison fallacy. A faulty comparison. Oh, hey, I'll get back to you there, Peter. But thank you, AJ, for the weekly cult dues, because we are a cult. I saw before the live stream got started, a person asked. Just put a comment out there. I said, do you wear the vegan cult leader shirt just to trigger people who think vegans are in a cult? And Sarah replied, no, Ryan is actually our cult leader. And yes, AJ just left weekly cult dues. So maybe veganism is a cult, huh? It's hard to say. But thank you so much, AJ. Much appreciated. Our number one patron for sure. And you have been for such a long time. But Peter, Saladino saying the amount of people who get sick every year from raw milk is really low, but because barely, percentage-wise, way fewer people drink raw milk. So yeah, the number of people might be a small number, but it's a small number that's constrained by the smallness of the people who are drinking raw milk compared to other forms of bovine milk. So yeah, I suspected he's either pulling crap out of his butt as far as these numbers go, or doing some kind of fallacy like that. It's a small number because, but I wonder what the percentage is. I would imagine the percentage of people that are getting sick on raw milk is actually higher than people who are getting sick on non-raw milk compared to the percentage of people who get sick drinking soy or oat milk or almond milk. Take your pick, But if you drink almond milk, you're going to have some guys bitching at you about it. Like
literally billions of insects.
Like this clown. Piers Morgan. Let's see. Angie said, oh my God, Metalhead, how tragic. What did Metalhead say? Okay, you live near a bee farm, and you can hear that cows scream when the babies are tagged and the fear you see. Firsthand then, unfortunately. Yeah, what kind of animal cruelty and exploitation are involved so that people can eat their burgers and steaks and stuff. But we're the crazy ones peacefully eating plants. We're the ones harming people and killing animals and crop deaths and stuff like that. But yeah, you see firsthand what the reality is. I understand when people say all those dumb things about us. They're just knee-jerk reactions. They're mental gymnastics, saying all this nonsense as a defense mechanism, because they know what they're doing causes a harm, not only harm, but it's cruel and exploitative to animals. They know that. I don't think anyone really, really thinks otherwise. They may say with their mouth, move their lips totally differently, but they know, like when you like shoot an animal or a human or anything in the head, it's not a kind act of any sort. It's the opposite. Anyway, but yeah, it's the mental gymnastics to cope with they must have some kind of, like I said, knowledge, and therefore some kind of guilt on some level. It might be a tiny bit, but enough to make them do all these crazy mental gymnastics. But I'm with you, Varley. I wish people weren't drinking raw or any kind of dairy milk for that matter, of course. True, people are intellectually dishonest. And I think they're intellectually dishonest, what I was just talking about, they're based on their emotions that they're keeping suppressed. They understand they're feeling some kind of wrongness, some kind of guilt. So they'll use their intellect to do all these mental gymnastics to justify, that's why vegans suck, that's why vegans are wrong or whatever, it's, the marshmallows, those damn vegan marshmallows. You have to drive over a freaking toll bridge twice in the trip to get them. You just can easily order them on Amazon with free shipping if you plan ahead a little bit. And about marshmallows too, was this someone to point out, like, I said you don't even have to have marshmallows when you go camping, whether they're cheap or expensive. You don't have to have marshmallows. You just can go without. You could put anything on a stick. I mean, these are little kids. They don't have a tradition established already. Establish your own. You could just chop up a banana and stick a tip of a banana in the fire, and the kids will probably go, "Whoa, this is awesome! I'm frying a banana tip in the fire. It's cool." They don't know. They don't have memories already. Yeah, ever since I was a little boy, I used to go with my dad Ali, and we used to stick marshmallows. They're kids. They're not old like that. I just start a new tradition. Anyway, that was an accent of some kind. I don't think people in Australia grew up to talk like that. I don't know what that was, but I like to do accents because I'm a little weird. Hey, you don't like marshmallows? Yeah, a lot of people don't like marshmallows. I could take them or leave them. Ange and I were calculating. I think we brought marshmallows, like we went camping on Catalina. We made all those vlogs, 5-6 times? We brought marshmallows once, maybe twice. I didn't go back and watch them. The point is the vast majority of the trips did not involve marshmallows. And they were all life-changing, amazing camping experiences. The marshmallows weren't like the deal breaker. Like, that last trip we took in 2018 would have been awesome if we had brought marshmallows. No, it's not. That's not like that at all. Yeah, Angie, sweet potatoes in foil. You could put those on the coals. Yeah, there's so many things you can cook while you're camping or put in fire. Oh, another UK viewer who was up late tonight. I'm glad you guys are all having insomnia and are partying hard tonight. Random stuff to watch with Vicky. Yeah, you guys know, if you're ever having insomnia or staying up late, I start these live streams, whatever time it is now, subtract 26 minutes, so whatever hour that is, that's when I do these live streams. It might change a little bit how we have daylight savings time some of the year and some of the year we don't, but for me, it's 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so whatever that is for you guys, that's when I do this. So yeah, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, we have a few. Like Varlis is here pretty much every Friday, and you're from Great Britain. I guess you're an owl, someone who stays up late. I used to be an owl up until a couple years ago, and something happened. Me and Angie started getting tired earlier and waking up earlier, I guess we're getting old, or we're just adjusting our lifestyle now that we don't go out to party late. We don't go to clubs and stuff like that, we don't stay up all night partying or anything at home even. Angie showing a recipe for vegan marshmallows. Well, I showed some in that video response I made this week. I didn't actually show the recipe, but I showed that these recipes exist. I don't think Angie wants to make a recipe video, if I may speak for her. I mean, of any kind, marshmallows or anything, because our kitchen has always been a horrible lighting challenge, camera angle challenge place to shoot. It's not like we have this beautiful island and you could shoot from back behind it. It's this narrow galley kitchen, totally dark, really hard to get cameras in places. The cats start screaming at us when we're in there cooking. And so it's a nightmare situation really to make any kind of like food videos. Peter, I thought Zero, speaking of my basketball shoes from Zero Shoes, I checked like yesterday and today. It looked like they might have got some more in, but none in my size. So I made sure to sign up an email letting them know, because I did get an email from them having me to check, but they're gone again. So I'm not sure what's up. I guess I need to write them next week and see what's up. But I was ready to buy them today if they had them in my size, and they didn't. So bummer. Yeah, I thought when they got more in stock, they would have them in stock for a while, like a day, or I mean longer than a day, like a week, a month. I don't know, but I'm not sure what's up. Graven, I think you're saying he didn't want his kids to miss out on s'mores and stuff. I think it goes much more deep than that. I mean, why do you say all this crap how most vegans or vegan activists are anti-natalists? Like, where did that crap come from? How he questions how healthy long-term vegans that eat whole food plant-based diets can be. Like, where did that come from? I'm saying he just threw so much shit on the walls. That's what this video was. It was just a barrage of shit. Ali just kept throwing shit on the wall. Like, these just lame ass things. Like, oh, veganism is not really all that great because if you buy tofu, they had to clear down some fields to plant tofu or soy, and then they had to build a factory, and that takes resources. And in the tofu factory, there's tofu factory workers who aren't vegan, and they're going to take their paychecks and buy meat. So just don't even be vegan then, because it's futile. You'll make no difference whatsoever because of the tofu worker buying meat for his or her family. I mean, he just kept flinging poop after poop after poop on the wall. So I don't even think his marshmallows really I don't even know if that's a true story or not. I mean, I'm just saying, he just threw, I don't really if that changes mine, because if it did, it changes mine 100%, just like totally, hey, vegan diets might not be healthy, but tofu factory workers though, I mean, he's brought up new memes that we've never heard before, but marshmallows though, that's a new one. Hey, is that Jamit there? That just left a $1 tip, thank you. That marshmallows rant was the most embarrassing excuse you've ever heard. Yeah, it was kind of like, what the hell is going on? Why is he bitching about marshmallows? He's throwing the animals under the bus. Not only animals, but he threw veganism under the bus. And vegan activists like myself saying we think we're morally superior, we're orthorexic, we're anti-natalists, we're unhealthy. Just so much crap. No, if you're watching, I'm none of those. Like, don't lie. And if you knew some specific vegans or vegan influencers who were like that, name them specifically, but don't make this claim that vegans in general are like this, because it's just plainly incorrect. And it's insulting. I take personal insult knowing that, a person who sat right here in this room with me and Angie, and we fed him, all that stuff. I'm not trying to say I'm the victim here, but I take insult that I am accused by someone like that of being in the class of people who are orthorexic. We feel morally superior. We're doing all this harm. And I'm anti-natalist to boot, and unhealthy probably. That's what I take issue with. I mean, and he threw the animals under the bus too, the whole enterprise of veganism and speaking horribly of vegans and vegan influencers. Like I said, some vegan influencers I'm sure are really bad people and probably deserve to be told off. I've banned many vegans and vegan influencers on my live streams and channel just because they're assholes. But just because some are assholes doesn't mean most are. I mean, there's many meat-eating influencers who are assholes. It has nothing to do with veganism. Wow, Ollie also spoke at vegan campout, huh? I guess he won't get an invite for next year, huh, Peter? What do you think? Uncle, you want to post a picture of what? You used vegan marshmallows on top of a baked pineapple and purple sweet potato casserole. Wow, casserole, that sounds awesome. Yeah, I wish you had a photo of that to share with us, but I don't think we have a way to do that, unfortunately. So anyway, I'm trying to keep it chill tonight. I don't want to get too emotional or anything like that. But yeah, there are some, Michael, there are definitely some vegan anti-natalists. I've seen them comment before, but they're rare. I mean, I don't think I've had a vegan anti-natalist comment in 2025, and here we are on May 30th, 5 months through the year. So it's not, according to at least that data point that I have, it's anecdotal, but I'm basing it on data. I haven't seen any this year. So it's not like most would mean like most of you guys are anti-natalists, which I really doubt. I guess I could do a survey. I don't even want to bother. That's just silly. But I could do a survey if I really wanted to here. What's that Graven at? John Curry. It's how I took it. I think Ryan's right. He is full of dookie. John Curry, he's not blaming his kids. No, I don't think he's blaming his kids. It's himself. He could use his kids as part of like a moral slippery slope to how he could rationalize going back to animal products, but I don't think he's putting the blame on his kids. That would be really shitty of a parent to do that. I was vegan, young lads and lasses, but because of you, you're such a pain in the ass and burden on me and my wife. I had to drive over 2 toll bridges to get you your freaking vegan marshmallows. I stopped being vegan. I don't think he would do that. I think, are you strawmanning me? He's not blaming his kids. He's questioning the vegan choice of spending a lot of driving a lot. The thing is, it wasn't a gun to his head, John. There was no need to go camping with marshmallows. And if you planned ahead, you could. People told me they don't. For some, I'm not in Australia. They showed how you can get them on Amazon for way cheaper than what he's claiming. The thing is, there's no tradition already established. Like his kids had to have marshmallows. You could start a new tradition. You could put a banana on a stick and put it in the fire, and the kids will be going, "Whoa, this is awesome! We're having a great time." They won't be saying, "Oh, but I had to have marshmallows," or something like that. There's nothing about marshmallows or lack of having marshmallows on a camping trip that is a deal breaker as far as cementing the experience as being a positive family bonding time. So no, I don't buy that. I don't buy that he had to have marshmallows. So I'm not sure what your point is. And for me too, I mean, he's trying to it's way beyond the marshmallow story. He said I'm orthorexic. He said I'm an antinatalist. What do you think about all that bullshit? He said that I'm probably not healthy. He said vegans, vegans that do what I'm doing. He said I'm lying to people, telling poor people that I'm classist and they need to eat nothing but rice and beans or something. He's just flatting out lying. So I'm not even sure how true, how much weight to give the marshmallow thing. Then the bigger point is too, as I showed earlier, he's being paid to make this anti-vegan video. Ever since the new year, he's been hooked up with this anti-Palestinian right-wing media company to spread certain kinds of points of view. And I think he needed to show them he could get some interaction, because I saw his videos and stuff. His content wasn't getting, let's say, it wasn't getting the amount of interaction you'd think given the amount of subscribers. So this seemed to be some kind of attempt, in my estimation, to drum up interaction. So I don't put too much stock in the kids thing. Like, why is he even throwing veganism under the bus? Because of marshmallows? That doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense. There's something bigger afoot here than just the kids going camping. Yeah, again, it's just an emotionally charged story, and an anecdotal, emotionally charged story, just like his story about how it's hard for a mother with a kid in her arm and a toddler running around. So again, who's he talking about? Just an emotionally charged thought experiment to make you think that veganism is not that good. That he was a master at using emotionally charged stories to undermine plant-based foods. And ethics too. I'm not only buying the foods, but buying the foods out of ethical reasons. Again, being against animal cruelty and exploitation. John, these are the strawman arguments you were talking about. He never said vegans are unhealthy. No. He didn't say that. John, you're lying. I can go to my video. I'll show you that you are either lying. Lying means intentionally misrepresenting the truth, or you could just have a bad memory about what I said in the video. Would you like to show me? Would you like for me to show you how what you said is factually incorrect? You said, John Curry said, he never said vegans are unhealthy. He said people that eat nothing but rice and beans might have problems. That's not what he said. Would you like me, John Curry, to show you what you're saying there is either a lie or just an innocent not remembering of what I said or what he said? Would you like me to show you? Because I'll gladly show you where you're wrong. Okay. First of all, hang on. Let me find it first in my Final Cut project so I'll know where we are as far as minutes and seconds. 1 second here. Gelatin. Produce there.
Less crumbles.
We got brown rice. And furthermore, to weaken his claim in the world, I invite you, Ollie, to show me any health organization.
0.001% of the vegans who are.
All right, so finally it gives us an actual. Okay, about 9 minutes in. So hang on 1 second. Let me go to my video. 1 second here. Happy, healthy vegan. Let's go there together. And John, will you apologize once I show you this, assuming I provide what I'm saying I can provide? Will you apologize for thinking I'm the one lying when I have the actual video here? Okay. Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy. So let's be absolutely clear. What John was saying, let me read it one more time. John was saying that Ali is claiming that if you eat nothing but rice and beans, you might not have the best health. And I'm saying, no, Ollie was saying if you're eating a whole food diet, a whole food plant-based diet, you might have some health problems. So let's check it out here. Last little quip he said there about how the long-term health of a whole food plant-based diet.
Rice and beans, and who knows how good their health is. You're probably looking at 0.00001% of the vegans who are choosing to live this kind of whole foods, no oil kind of approach that you're like literally living off rice and beans, and who knows how good their health is long term.
Okay, well, he kind of said both, but he said living on a whole food, plant-based, no oil diet, living on rice and beans. So he kind of switched, he kind of made two dietary descriptions there. One of a whole food plant-based diet, which is not a rice and bean exclusive diet, but then he switched to rice and beans. I just took it to mean a whole food plant-based diet with a lot of rice and beans, right? I mean, he did say whole food plant-based diet. You can't deny that. He made it sound like if you eat a whole food plant-based diet, he questions your health. Let's hear it one more time.
The vegans in the world, you're probably looking at 0.00001% of the vegans who are choosing to live this kind of whole foods, no oil kind of approach that you're like literally living off rice and beans, and
And furthermore, I want to add, so you see what I'm saying, John Curry? I'm not straw manning. I'm taking him at his word. He said those who eat a whole food, plant-based diet, no oil, unhealthy. But my point is, I challenge anyone. John Curry, you're welcome here too, John Curry. And I told Ollie, name me one vegan activist or influencer. Maybe there is one, but show me, who the hell is he talking about? Who is saying that if you're poor, eat nothing but rice and beans? Nothing but. Also, he's saying these influencers themselves are claiming to eat nothing but rice and beans. I have never heard of any vegan ever in my life say, hey, I eat nothing but rice and beans, or like 99% right, like near rice and bean only diet. Like, it's just, that is a straw man. Both of those claims that there's influencers, hey, I eat only rice and beans, and you poor people, you need to eat only rice and beans. No, again, what the actual message is, because I'm an actual, I've been doing this for a long time. I have this conversation with anti-vegans or just people who are wanting to be vegan and have misconceptions about veganism. They say, oh, I would think about going vegan, but I know that vegan food is so expensive. It's like, you do know, like, you don't have to eat that processed, expensive vegan food. Like, the rice, beans, and potatoes are the foundation of what we eat, and those are some of the cheapest foods in the market. Yeah, I didn't say that's all you can eat, but yeah, throw some veggies on. And I gave a clear example. I showed exactly how we eat here. In fact, let's look at that meal we fed Ollie when he came over in 2016. Let's take a look here. And his now wife came over in 2016. Let me show you what Angie whipped up for him after we went to farmer's market.
Don't mind me.
We got brown rice, we got potatoes, we got salsa.
There you go.
And there's also beans too. Yes, we really do eat beans. The meal we fed him was rice, beans, and potatoes. Yeah, John, you're not admitting it. Listen to what he said again. Listen to what he said. Don't gaslight us. All right, so finally he gives us an actual quantifiable to eat.
If you take all the vegans in the world, you're probably looking at 0.0000001% of the vegans who are choosing to live this kind of whole foods, no oil kind of approach to like
whole foods, no oil kind of approach.
Living off rice and beans, and who knows how good their health is long.
Living off rice and beans. I mean, okay, he specified rice and beans, but he said whole food, plant-based diet, no oil. That's not a rice and bean diet. He's saying, I question the health of that diet. He just had, he just lumped these two kind of, you make it sound like he's saying there's two different diets here, but it's all one statement. The whole food, plant-based, no oil diet is unhealthy. Of only rice and beans. Well, maybe he said that, John. I didn't hear it like that. And, if he had said it in a different way, maybe it would have been more clear. But this is how I took it to sound.
If you take all the vegans in the world, you're probably looking at 0.00001% of the vegans who are choosing to live this kind of whole foods, no oil kind of approach to like.
And then whole foods, no oil. I mean, that's how we eat whole foods, relatively low oil, and it's based on rice, beans, and potatoes. But again, he's doing the straw man. Don't make me the straw man. Again, John, can you name one? Just give me one. I'll be happy with just one. I know there's like a billion vegan influencers or whatever you want to call us out there, vegan activists. Can you name just one vegan out there who's saying eat just rice and beans? Because that's what you're claiming he's advocating for. The rice and bean diet influencers are healthy. So who the fuck are they? Give me a fucking name to eat.
If you take all the vegans in the world.
Yeah, and if you do it, it's probably not healthy. But again, tell me who is promoting this rice and beans diet that he's straw manning vegans for promoting. Can you name one?
0.00001% of the vegans who are choosing to live this kind of whole foods, no oil kind of approach to like literally living off rice and beans, and who knows how good their health is long term.
Who are these people living off rice and beans, and who knows how their health is? Can you name one person? He says they, which sounds like multiple. So can you tell me who is promoting this? Let's say even if you could find one. See, you don't think there is one. I'm saying even if you could find one, it still proves it's a pain in the ass just to find one, because hardly anyone's promoting it, and it seems like no one's promoting this. So please don't come here accusing me of straw manning anyone. He is straw manning big time. This is like a textbook. If I taught logic classes, I was a philosophy graduate student, I would use this as my example to my students to show what a straw man is. He's creating a person, in this case, that doesn't exist. I don't know anyone who promotes eat beans and rice only, and he's claiming there are a lot of us vegans out here who say this sort of thing. And as you admit, truthfully, John, and I respect you for that, you can't name one, and I suspect it's because there is no one. So please don't accuse me of gaslighting or straw manning. This is the straw man right here. So I just, maybe, if anything, at worst, I'll admit, he was kind of unclear. What's he talking about? Whole food, plant-based, no oil, rice and beans. I didn't pull them out. I made them all one diet. You see them as two separate types of diets he made in that statement there. So if I misunderstood his intention, I apologize, but Ali was definitely not clear in his assertion there. So that's what led me to possibly misunderstand his intention. But I shouldn't have to be psychic and know what's going on in their head. They should be able to state their point without ambiguity like that. So anyway, I apologize. AJ, how can this guy go non-vegan after making a movie advocating for animal rights? Well, I want to watch Seaspiracy again now, AJ. It's been a few years, and I know it's a very pro-environmental message. Has anyone seen it recently? I wonder now, I want to rewatch it with an eye on how much of the movie really promotes anything about animal cruelty and exploitation. Is it just an environmental destruction? Like, hey, do you like living on planet Earth? If you do, hey, we're overfishing and pulling mammals out when we're trawling the ocean floor and stuff, killing everything. We're all going to die, so don't eat seafood. I don't remember how much of it was about animal cruelty and exploitation. So any of you guys can comment, is there much of a message of that, or is it pretty much all, or like 95%, environmental? And there's nothing wrong with environmental messaging. I'm not downplaying that or dismissing that as being inferior or lame or something like that. I'm just wondering, is there much in the way of animal cruelty and exploitation messaging? John says, later in the video, Ryan did make the argument that even a varied vegan diet is cheaper. Yeah, that's what I'm pointing to here. That I showed actual data points from studies, like from Oxford. Which was it? I think it was Oxford or Harvard. I can't remember right now. One of the two. They did empirical study. This is an empirical claim. If you say a vegan diet is more expensive than a non-vegan diet or vice versa, it's not an opinion. There's a truth about the matter, and there have been studies about that. And the fact of the matter is, I showed there from a reputable, like top tier university, that a vegan diet could be up to a third cheaper depending on what your comparison point is, like how much meat the diet you're comparing it to was. It was like 22 to like 34% better as far as like land use and all these environmental factors. And now that was another study. The Oxford one was specifically about price. Anyway, I forgot all the science already. I made the video on Sunday, so I don't remember everything right now. No, I made it on Monday. Let's see. Peter has a suspicion. What do you think there, Peter? Ryan, I suspect he was being paid to say these things during Seaspiracy. I suspect. Yeah, during Seaspiracy, he was under the payroll of Kip, one of the producers of Cowspiracy, What the Health. And I actually feel bad for Kip right now. I wonder what he's thinking. I would love to hear, I'd be curious to see what kind of response he might have to this. Like his latest director protege has flipped on veganism, throwing veganism under the bus, saying all this crap, how we're orthorexic and we're morally superior and we're classist, basically, all this crap. And antinatalist. I can't imagine how Kip feels about that. He must be really bummed because he was the one paying Ali to travel around the world and make Seaspiracy. And now that he's not on that payroll anymore, and he's on another company's payroll now to promote a different kind of message, a political slanted message. Ali's saying a whole different thing now about veganism. Hey, Bill Seabury. Good to see you, Bill. What are you saying? Rice, beans. I like this list. This sounds like our cupboard here. Rice, beans, lentils, pasta, carrots, onions, cabbage, canned tomatoes, bananas, and tofu. Cheap. Create meals from them. Yes, we have foods from that list literally I'm banging my camera here. It's shaking. Every freaking day. Every freaking day. We have multiple foods from that list of foods that Bill just read off there. And what do all those foods have in common besides being plants? That they're pretty damn cheap. Been eating tofu daily this week. Yeah, I've had tofu most days this week too. We made a tofu scramble yesterday, me and Angie. And I think we made a few jokes as we're making the tofu. Like, oh man, I hope the tofu worker that made this tofu isn't a meat eater because he would buy animal products. It's like, anyway. Drew, can we chalk it up that he was more of an environmentalist than a vegan? Maybe, Drew. I honestly don't know. I mean, even though I said I've met Ali, I think twice in person. I haven't really spent that much time with him. I don't remember getting into too many deep discussions with him about ethics and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe he was always more an environmentalist. I don't know. But I think a lot has to do how he's being funded now by that media company, that right-wing media company. I think that's probably the larger factor that pushed him into making an anti-vegan video and spreading an anti-vegan message. What's that, Grant? You ate the sort of quote traditional healthy diet, oatmeal for breakfast, eggs, fat-free yogurt, and chicken. Yeah, people think chickens are healthy, right? It's weird. Vegetables, beans, fruits, and you had so many gut issues. What's that, D. Rabbit White? With tofu, beans, rice, lentils, etc., one can make almost anything, right? And I mean, look at how Sauce Stash has made almost everything from chickpeas. Your Chinese friends make tasty desserts with beans. Yeah, true. There's lots of tasty Chinese foods made from is it bean curd or something like that? Sushi rice, $2.39 a pound at Sprouts. Nikki, thanks for sharing that. That's a good price. Yeah, rice is generally pretty cheap unless we're talking like a black rice or wild rice or something like that. Even then, you can get a blend where it's mixed in with like some other rices that are less expensive. Well, that's cool. Peter made brownies once with black beans in them. Awesome. Graven made chickpea salad for dinner. Yeah, we have stuff like that all the time. It's enough for multiple meals, and it was under $5 to make. I know. What do you think, Graven? Were you pissed off when he was saying how vegan food is so expensive, and if you're poor, the vegan activists say rice and beans, rice and beans? Like, no. Again, we just point that out as the foods that make up the foundations of our diet. Rice, beans, and he forgot potatoes, and they're in that category too. Super effing cheap. And, put some veggies on them. Just don't eat rice and beans. I mean, that's just an absurd straw man once again. Like, who's saying eat nothing but rice and beans? I have never advocated here for some kind of mono or duo mealing, That's intentionally restrictive. I have preached for years here. If I preach, I guess I can as a cult leader. I preach against mono mealing or restricting your diet. I say, why? That's why I have problems with like raw and fruitarian diets. They're intentionally restrictive. Why intentionally restrict yourself from eating foods that are like perfectly healthy, like potatoes and stuff? Why are you afraid to steam your broccoli and eat beans? They're not going to kill you. It's crazy. Like, there's longevity studies that correlate legume eating with longevity, and fruitarians and stuff who think they're going to live forever on this detox diet, mucus free and all this stuff. They're intentionally excluding a food that would help them for their aim of good health and longevity. Yeah, I'm with you, Timothy. In my opinion, too. I'm going to read what you said there. Nothing wrong with rice and beans, along with some other veggies and grains. Exactly. Just like what we fed Ollie there when he came over to eat with us. Let's look at it again. Actually, no, we already showed you that. I'm going to show you what we ate, our Angie's 7 vegan meals here. We have to go through an ad. Crap. I'm going to mute the ad. I don't want us to have to sit through an ad, even though I'm getting something for it. I don't care. I can skip it. Cool. Let me go back.
7 vegan meals I made at home, week 54. A quick and easy Instant Pot fried rice with mixed veggies and various flavorings. A big pot of the Southwest chowder from the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook for my brother who inspired the recipe. A fresh broccoli, mushroom, and high protein
I see some tofu. I see some rice. Gee, we really do eat rice and beans. Tofu is a bean.
And potato subji.
There's some rice and starches there. Some potatoes. This is how we freaking eat,
a mango banana and ice cream
and bananas. Another cheap food there,
because it got hot
one of the cheapest fruits you can buy.
One of my favorite hot day recipes is
there's some veggies mixed in with some rice.
So good. And I also indulged in a couple of hard shell
and here's some more greens.
Spiced,
and these crumbles that we got, they're actually not that expensive. It's not like a Beyond product or something like that. Did you catch that, Ali? So, we put some oil. Yeah, I think this is a really honest meal of how we really eat. I don't think it's elitist. You can be poor and eat like this. You can be rich and eat like this. It's just a good, general, varied way of eating. That involves a lot of rice, beans, and potatoes. So I don't know what kind of straw man Ollie was trying to cook up on his video there about vegans preaching rice and beans. No, I preach rice, beans, potatoes, and add other stuff to them, but not just rice and beans and only rice and beans, or rice, beans, and potatoes and nothing else. So anyway, that all looked delicious, Varlas. It's good. This is how we eat, honestly. That what I just showed you there was a super honest portrayal. It was the latest, at least when I made my video on Monday, or when I started it Sunday, I guess, the most up-to-date Angie's YouTube short of her 7 vegan meals series. By the way, if you're not already following us and have the notification bell hit, a lot of people say, I never see Angie's content. Well, she makes like 2 or 3 of those videos I just showed there a week. She's making those more frequently than I make videos. So she's just making different kinds of content than I am. So I'm saying, yeah, make sure you have our channel on notifications so you'll get those notifications. So you'll see Angie's super delicious food that goes into our bellies every day. Pretty much every day, all the meals we make, she takes a video and it goes up like a few days later. Grant, just saying, if you're having health issues on vegan diet, the solution isn't more vegan diet. That's an empirical claim. Can you give me your evidence to support that? And what health issues? There's like hundreds, if not thousands of health issues. So you're saying no matter what health issue you might have, any of the thousands of health issues, if you have any one of those, don't eat plants because they won't help you. That's a pretty extraordinary claim. Do you have any extraordinary evidence to support that extraordinary claim? That people cannot get healthy on a vegan diet. That's basically the assertion you're making. So I would love to see your evidence for that. If you have like a study you would like to link to me, you as a non-moderator, you can't post the URL, the link into the chat there. But if you can give me the title of the study, I'll be able to search it and share it with everyone. So show me what you have as far as any evidence-based information. I'm not looking for an opinion. I'm not looking for some shirtless Costa Rican wellness influencer ranting on about something. That is not truth. I'm looking for evidence-based information. So please show me what you got, because that's a pretty crazy claim there that any health issue that a human may have, you got to stop being vegan because you're not going to get any better. I'd love to see that, because I've had health issues as a vegan and I've healed. I've gotten fine. So but I don't use my anecdotes as evidence. So I want to see what you got. What's that question, Bree? About going to restaurants? I think you missed a word there. I'm not sure what you're saying there. And AJ points out, yeah, veganism is not a diet. Yeah, I clarified, hopefully, eating plants. Yeah, veganism is not a diet, and no true vegan would go non-vegan just for any lame reason, like I couldn't find marshmallows. Hey, Jordan, yeah, watch my latest video from a couple days ago. Yeah, Ali Tabrizi, Seaspiracy, flipped and became anti-vegan. And he said some crazy things on the way out, such as vegans he thinks that we say, what did he say? There's a whole list of things he said about us that are untrue. Like we think we're morally superior than others, that we're orthorexic, meaning we're obsessed with eating healthy and we're excluding other things that we should. And he thinks that we're against people having children. He thinks that the long-term health benefits of a whole food plant-based diet are in question. He thinks it's more moral to eat some animal products compared to some plants. It's just a mess of crap, Jordan. It was crazy. But anyway, good to see you, Jordan. I know you can't come in all the time on Fridays anymore. It's great to see you. Oh, Bree was wondering if we should or only support vegan restaurants. Well, I prefer going to vegan only restaurants. So when I can go to a vegan only restaurant, hell yeah. I mean, Long Beach, I just discovered 2 new vegan restaurants in the past few weeks. You know, they're awesome. I'm going to be spending some money there in the summer, supporting them hardcore. But, I can't always go to a vegan only restaurant. Like say, when we're at Disney California Adventure, there's no vegan only restaurants there, but some of them have really, really delicious, well-made vegan options. So we'll support that. Yeah, and there's an argument to be made. Should you only go to vegan restaurants? Yeah, support them. But when you go to a non-vegan restaurant and buy the non-vegan stuff, it lets them know we should get more. I'm gonna buy the vegan stuff. Go to a non-vegan restaurant and buy the vegan stuff. It lets them know. Let's buy more vegan, make more vegan food, make more offerings for this hungry market that wants to buy our food.
Thanks for the tip.
Oh, thanks for the tip, Jordan. Yeah, that is totally effed. There's many things that are a bummer about it. Watch my video. I said it all in there. If you just went back to abusing animals again, okay, that sucks. I probably wouldn't make a video, but it's all the shit he said about vegans on the way out. All the horrible, he basically tried to debunk veganism on the way out, with just horribly flawed arguments. That I showed some of the talking points he said against veganism were things that assholes like, say, Paul Saladino and other anti-vegans have said, and I showed them in the past, like Paul Saladino, another one, Julie Bindel. I showed them saying the same stuff years ago that Ali is saying now. He's just repeating anti-vegan talking points that he should have laughed at in the past, and now he's saying the exact same nonsense. It's really disappointing and mind-blowing. What's up, Bree? You've been handing out sprout clips they've handed out at Planet Expo to show unity, friendship, and veganism. Yeah, vegans, despite what Ali said, how he asserted how vegans think we're morally superior to everyone. Well, some vegans might feel that way, but some like me, and it sounds like you too, Brie, want to create new vegans by being cool to them. What is really, when you're a vegan, what's your goal when it comes to other people? I'm sorry, who aren't vegan? What is your goal? Is your goal to be a dick and asshole to them? Or is your goal to maybe have them see your point of view, why you're vegan, and maybe why they should do it? What approach do you think is going to work better? Being an asshole to them, or being treating them how I treat people, I'm treating you guys right now, trying to educate people with evidence-based information, rather than saying, oh, you're not vegan, well, you're a low-life piece of shit. That's not going to turn anyone vegan. You catch more flies with honey. I know this is not vegan safe. You know what I'm saying? It's that sort of way of thinking. But anyway, I know, Jordan, you're absolutely right. It's given me and Angie some major trust issues. I'd be lying if I said we've just been feeling totally normal this week. We haven't been. It just felt like, wow, someone that we trusted, someone we had sit here in this room on one of these chairs here and make a video with, saying stuff like this, it's just like, wow, can I trust anyone? Honestly, I'm asking that rhetorically. You don't have to answer, guys. But really, can I trust people? I don't know. I'm going to go on a limb here. I've hung out with Mike the Vegan way more than any other vegan activist, content creator person that you guys probably have heard of. And I think I know where he's coming from. I'm going to go on a limb. I'm going to say Mike the Vegan will never make a why I'm no longer vegan videos. I trust him. If he ever turns, I'll be totally mind blown. I don't think it's ever going to happen. I think Peter just told me Mike just made his own response video to Ollie too. So I'll check that out. So I guess I can't really feature anyone on our channel anymore until I've known them for many years. I don't know. I'm not sure what to say. Yeah, what was that, Bill, when someone stops being vegan and craps on it on the way out? Those are two different things. Stopping being vegan, one thing, but having to also unnecessarily crap on it on the way out is to relieve their own guilt. They know what they're doing. And I think it's to, in his case, launch a new career as this extreme political commentator guy, in a whole new space, and try to drum up some interaction, which I think he was not getting a lot of yet on his media engagement. Yeah, Mike just made a video. Heidi, thanks for sharing. So I'm gonna go on a limb for Mike the Vegan. You watching Mike the Vegan? If you ever make a no longer vegan video, Mike, I'm gonna quit my channel. don't make me do that. And Jordan, thanks for the super chat tips there, my young friend there. One thing I know is I would never go back. I'm reading Jordan's words there. Awesome, Jordan. Huh? Jordan's there.
Well, tell him I said hi.
Angie said hi. She shouted. Angie said she was just thinking about you yesterday, Jordan. So that good, because I'm telling Angie and I are both having some trust issues right now. Trusting people. We were already kind of having trust issues before this. Now it's even worse for us. So thanks, Jordan, for letting us know that you're not going to one day make some stupid "I'm no longer vegan" video and give us a bunch of stupid reasons and throw veganism under the bus on the way out. That's the worst thing, is throwing the veganism under the bus on the way out and attacking former vegan friends on the web saying these horrible things, how vegans are anti-natalist and orthorexic and unhealthy and stuff. AJ, I did see he said, "Hey Angie."
Oh, cool.
we did see Vegan Zombies movie a few weeks ago, and I did see the kind of the cameo with Hinch Herbivore playing the bodyguard. So that was a cool movie. I'm glad we saw it that night. So yeah, good movie there, Chris. Good job. And I'm gonna go out on a limb too. I've hung out with Chris a bit more than I've hung out with Ollie, kind of the same level as Mike the Vegan hanging out time. And I'm gonna go on a limb. I don't think Chris Vegan Zombie's ever gonna make a "Well, I'm no longer vegan" video too. Pretty sure that's not gonna happen.
No way.
There's no way, Angie said. There's no way. So I guess we still have some trust in humanity, right, babe?
I just hung out with 2 vegans yesterday, and they've been following our channel.
Yeah, you're right. Yesterday, when we went to our last day that we could get into Disneyland with our seasonal passes, we can't go for a few months now because we have the cheapest pass because we're not elitist rich people. We're kind of on the poor side. Anyway, my point was, we hang out with 2 vegans. They have their own channel. It's not a vegan-based channel, but yeah. They've been vegan for a long time. In fact, they let us know that they've been watching our channel for years. In fact, a long time ago when they were living in England, they were watching our channel, and we made a California look attractive. They let us know one of the main reasons why they moved to Southern California because of us and our videos. So I'm saying it's been a long time since we made those kind of vlogs, and they're still vegan. So they've kind of helped boost my faith in humanity, my trust in humanity too. AJ says, if Vegan Zombie made a no longer vegan video, I'd know hell froze over. Absolutely. Agree with you 100% there. If him or Mike the Vegan make one, hell is frozen over. Hell, if I make one, hell is frozen over. I'm letting you know right now, I'm not going to quit being vegan, let alone, say for some reason, let's just say, I don't know I can't imagine what would happen, but say for some unknown reason I was not to be vegan anymore, I sure as hell wouldn't make some stupid video, well, I'm no longer vegan, and throw veganism and fellow former vegan friends of mine under the bus. Not going to happen, but anyway, none of that's going to happen. None of it. Even the first part, if the hypothetical, if I were to not ever be vegan. Ooh, Allison, I never thought of that. Imagine if a no longer vegan was convinced to go back to being vegan. Well, they're telling me that vegetable police guy is eating a vegan diet again. I don't think he's ever vegan. He seems like a diet experimenter type. I've seen a few of that kind. Not bagging on it, but yeah, they're eating a vegan or plant-based diet. So yeah, he went vegan and carnivore and jumped all around, and he's back to eating a vegan diet. Hey, Jordan, thanks for the super chat tip. Hell yeah, man. Vegan since 2010, and you're still vegan. Awesome. Yeah. I don't see any reason why I would ever not be vegan unless something horrible happened, like the world started falling apart, society collapsed, and there's no more supermarkets, and you have to eat your friends or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like humans, like a collapse of civilization. Maybe something crazy like that. That's the only kind of out scene I could see, Heidi used to like Bonnie and Rebecca a lot too. Yeah, she made her "Why I'm No Longer Vegan" video. I liked how she blamed it on her boyfriend Tim, kind of throwing Tim under the bus in that video. Poor Tim. I saw them a lot firsthand at vegan events. Tim took a lot of abuse from her, not like physical abuse, but she was a lot on Tim. I mean, he seemed like a really nice guy. It seemed like she was a lot, Yeah, I'm not claiming abuse. No one try to start a lawsuit or anything. I'm just saying it was he put up a lot of shit. That's what I'm trying to say. Even if there's nothing to eat, it would still, hopefully we'll never get to that sort of situation there, Jordan, where we're like, wow, so civilization has collapsed. There's no more stores and markets and stuff like that. And even if that were the case, it's not like there's a bunch of wild animals roaming around for people to hunt, right? Especially in a city, So I don't know what would happen then. We'd just probably all starve and die, unless help got to us or something like that. Vegan Metalhead, he draws a line of rows of cheap, lazy vegan. Quit being vegan. You wouldn't know what to do. Earth Medicine Mama. Yeah, I made a video about her no longer vegan video, right, Nikki? Stephen. Yeah, I saw your comment there, Stephen Shuttleworth, of the collapse of civilization. Yeah, it's more likely now than it was like a year or so ago, but we'll see. So Peter, my moderator, is saying, I was doing Food Not Bombs, and I was handing out vegan food in the park. And a woman said, even though I live in a tent, I have very little money, she still continued to live vegan. Wow, so you're saying a homeless person living in a tent still says, yeah, she can still stay vegan. Wow, that's pretty amazing. Because someone, I would assume, like homeless or living in a tent is going to have fewer options than most of us right here that are in this live stream commenting and watching. So if she could pull it off, she didn't give some bullshit about the vegan marshmallows, though. Gotta get them marshmallows. Anyway, Timothy's S. I'm just going to read your comment. I'm not going to give any personal commentary or judgment on it, but I'm going to read your comment verbatim, Timothy. I have to wonder what the psychological profile is of someone who pretends to be empathetic towards suffering for personal gain. Again, I'm not going to make any comment on it. I'm just going to let that stand there. Mark says, vegan since 1991. I'm not ever going back to eating animals. Awesome. Yeah, I have no plans to either. Mommy Tang. I think she has a complicated story. Yeah, I forgot what happened to Mommy Tang, to be honest with you. But I know she had some drama in her life. I think she's still vegan, if I understand right. Let's see. What else? Other comments have I missed here? Let's see. What else have I been missing here? Homemade soup is filling and cheap. That sounds filling and fun to make tonight, but it's been so hot. A pot like that on the stove for an hour would just heat up our house even more. It's hot. I have the air conditioning going here. I'm glad that my air conditioning broke this year when it did, so I could get it dealt with rather than having it break in the middle of an August, September heat wave like last year.
Thanks for the tip.
Hey, Jordan, what are you doing there? Thanks for the super chat, Jordan. Hey, Ryan, I'm recording a debunking non-vegan arguments video. Can you debunk some? Yeah, if you want to send me a couple arguments, or just send me one. I'm going to be kind of busy this weekend, but if you want to send me an argument to debunk, I'll give you a quick debunking for your video. How would you like that, Jordan? Johnny Bravo, people are so soft. You switched diets because you couldn't find marshmallows. There's more to it than that, Johnny, but that's part of it. That was his emotionally charged story to get, as I used, a foot in the hole, a foot in the door. That's a psychological manipulation tactic to show, in his case, to promote ethical creep. Oh, here's a situation where, being vegan might not be the best thing if you're concerned about harm. Well, again, we're concerned about animal cruelty and exploitation. We're not measuring veganism in its environmental impact or how much money you had to spend on the toll bridge. Oh, yeah, another thing where he threw vegans under the bus, guys. I forgot to mention this one all night, how vegans don't donate to animal sanctuaries. I was trying to find my receipts of when I donated to animal sanctuaries, and I couldn't find them. I didn't spend that much time going through my emails, but I donated to animal sanctuaries. And then I feel I didn't have to pull out my receipts, though, because he said, well, when I was a vegan, I never donated to animal sanctuaries. Well, then you're talking about yourself. Like, everything is either hypothetically made up nonsense or just he's projecting his own personal life. Oh, well, Jordan, give me one. Jordan, give me any anti-vegan argument. I don't know. There's too many. Just pick one for me. Make it easy for me, and I'll debunk it. So just send me a message on where do you usually message us on Instagram? Send me a question or a anti-vegan point there, and I'll debunk it quickly. I'll do it like in a minute or less if I can. Hey, Timothy, Timmy says, I'm glad I'm a happy, healthy vegan member, and Ryan and Angie continue to reinforce that I made the right choice for your support. Every week you tune in. Thank you, Timothy. Thank you. I mean, that's one thing we do here. Like, we're sharing our talents. My talent, if you want to call it that. Talent sounds so important. It's like responding to misinformation in an evidence-based, critical thinking based manner. And Angie, she's great with showing how delicious, how amazingly awesome eating the way we eat is. So, that's what we're doing. If that helps you guys out in some ways, cool. That's awesome. Totally cool. Sonny, favorite shirtless guitar player? I don't think I have any guitar players that are like I follow that are like of the shirtless kind or something like that. Lions, though. Oh, okay. Want me to debunk lions, though? Well, that's just really freaking easy. I mean, we're not lions. We're not part of the carnivore branch on the animal species tree. We're primates, and last time I checked, there weren't any carnivorous primates. So if they're trying to make some appeal to the animal kingdom species classification system, that just simply doesn't work. Nikki, you donate to Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. Yeah, I see that's perfectly fine. Ollie is making us like as a vegan, you have to donate to animal sanctuaries and only animal sanctuaries. Anything like the PCRM, that doesn't count. You have to help feed animals, or you're a lame ass, you're a bad vegan or something like that. D. Rabbit White says, I haven't really donated, but I have bought gifts for folks from sanctuaries. Good enough. Any kind of support. I mean, you don't have to donate. If you buy something from a sanctuary, the profits will go into their business. So it's not like donation or bust, right? That's a false dichotomy right there. He put up that so many false dichotomies there. But anyway, the Slash shirtless. Are you talking about like guitarists that wear no shirts, or at least like open chest, like they might have a vest on or their shirt's unbuttoned or something like that? If we're gonna go that route, Jimmy Page. Cool. Varley should donate to World Wildlife Foundation and Oxfam. I don't know if those would be good enough, according to Ali. It sounds like vegans only have the right to donate to animal sanctuaries and nothing else, And or else you're a bad vegan. Uncle, that cat house, animal sanctuary, is still running in Rosamond. I think I went there before, like when Andrew and I first started dating like 20 plus years ago. Is that a sanctuary? I wasn't sure what now. It's been so long. I think we went there like in 2000 or 2001 or 2, something like that, a long time ago. Is it a sanctuary? I'm glad it's still there, though. I remember it was really cool. They have all these like exotic cats I've never seen before. Oh, thank you, Jordan. You got to go. Thank you again for your super chat tips, Jordan. And do you want me to make that video? Want me to make a response? If you want to give me a little more detail, you can feel free to send me a message on Instagram. And if you haven't seen anything from me, just send me a message there, Jordan. I don't want to delay you, but just remind me, because I tell you, I got some obligations this weekend. Yeah, Peter. Yeah, there's a trust issue to find out the people that you're donating to serve meat at their fundraisers. Yeah, trust issues. That's awfully kind of you, Varlet. You make more than enough donations. So I think you're doing just fine there. As a vegan, you're making donations. Ali Tabrizi debunked. Let's see. Timothy says a small amount of money comes from every paycheck for both St. Jude Children's Hospital, awesome, and Cancer Research Foundation. Again, who's Ali to say if you're a vegan, your donations have to be for animal sanctuaries? And why can't you contribute to causes that help humans or animals? A lot of us vegans are compassionate, empathetic people. We care about animals and humans, and we could make donations to groups like organizations like those that you donate to, Timothy. Nothing wrong with that as a vegan, and you could donate to vegan ones too. It's not like a mutually exclusive either or sort of thing. Oh, that's horrible, Peter. Wow. Yeah, Varlish. Yeah, it's hard to live near an animal sanctuary. They're usually not in cities. You need a lot of room for the real estate to have an animal sanctuary. So yeah, the only ones I've been to are far way out there. There's no way I could volunteer my time. The one that I like to go to and visit and donate to, Sail Ranch Sanctuary. Water burp there. In the outskirts of Temecula, which is like, about, I don't know, in good traffic, like, it would take about 90 minutes maybe to get there from here. It's quite a journey. Wow, that's awesome, Vegan Metalhead. Tim Grossi, who won the NFL Fan of the Year in 2023, is an ethical vegan and raised at least $500,000 for St. Jude. See? You can do that as an ethical vegan. You can raise money for non-vegan charities and not have a kind of a moral quandary going on. Downside of not having a car, you're true. Absolutely right, Varlis. Everything about having a car is extremely expensive. Let's see. Heidi, you're going to see the Doggist from YouTube next week? Who is the Doggist? Yeah, Uncle. Yeah, if you're gonna volunteer, you just can't be a flaky volunteer. Yeah, they they depend on you. You got to be dependable. You got to be dedicated, and live somewhat near where you're dedicating your time at. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm glad you guys are. We never really talked about donations much anymore, but I guess we had to because Ali was claiming how us vegans think. Just because we're vegan, we think we're doing all we need to do. There's nothing more we could do to make the world a better place. Such bullshit, such straw man. And again, I'm not the straw man here. I'm not the one making these vague generalities based on nothing other than maybe some asshole vegan activist he wasn't friendly with or something like that. Wow, that's awesome, Vegan Metalhead. You helped raise $300 of $7,000 to help homeless people find transitional housing in your area, and also slept in a box. I remember you told us about sleeping in a box. Yeah, and Janet, just buying supplies for a sanctuary, an animal sanctuary, is a donation. We've done that before where we've bought, like, we didn't actually buy the physical bales of hay, but we've given them the money. They said they need $100 or whatever to buy so many bales of hay. Okay, we'll give you the donation for that. Yeah, Travis points out no kill shelters that need help. So yeah, whatever we can do, whatever you can do as far as what you have available to give to any of these kinds of organizations, all these ones we've been talking about tonight, I feel totally comfortable donating money to myself and giving a thumbs up for you guys too as well. What's that, Uncle? No perfumes or scented anything at cat house worker? What's that you're talking about? Because I like that. I like the idea of no perfumes or scented things. You guys know I don't like to smell like strong colognes and stuff like that. What are you talking about there? Tell me more. What's up, Varley? You have 2 young nephews and another push for you to become vegan was wanting the best world you could for them. That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're doing what we can, right, as vegans to try to help the next and upcoming generations to have a more livable, healthy planet to live on. I don't know if there's enough of us to really ensure that, if we have enough power amongst the numbers of us, enough power politically and financially and all to make this happen. But hey, we're trying our best here. I don't have any kids, so I'm not doing it for my own selfish reasons, but I'm as a person that has empathy and compassion for all sentient beings, I want the next generation of humans and animals and their offspring to have a beautiful, healthy, habitable planet to live on. It's one of my deep wishes, and I hope that comes true. Uncle, no perfumes or scented anything at the cat house. What is the cat house worker? Is that a name of a place? But I like that idea of no perfumes or scented anything. That sounds like somewhere I'd want to go hang out, especially if there's cats there. Yeah, cats don't like artificial scents. No wonder why our cats love us so much. Wow, nearly 5% of the UK is vegan. We're growing. I hope that's enough, but I don't think we're quite there yet to get to that tipping point, to tip the planet's future survivability into like the okay realm. Like, yes, we're going to be cool. What's that, D Rabbit? Why you have a story here? One of the best ways to teach kids about consent is to start with who we do not put on our plates and why. My kids now way better than me at being aware of, at their age, are aware of being aware of others. I think, am I reading that right? I think I understand your story there. Stop abusing animals. It's a Les Paul. I'm not going to get into too much detail there, but it's one I've had since I was literally a kid. I got it. My parents got it for me when I was in high school because I just kept bitching at them all the time how I needed like a real instrument. I had some like no-name like guitars before I got this one. So it's old. It's not like I didn't. If it is a Gibson or an Epiphone, I just didn't go to like a Guitar Center and plug down like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 or anything like that. It was bought for like I think I found the receipt. I was at my mom's going through some old papers and photographs she had stored away in a box, and I think I found the receipt for this guitar. Bought in I think 1981 or 82. I forgot. It was a pretty reasonable price for an. Actually, it's a Gibson. It's not an Epiphone. I think we paid like maybe $700 or something back then. That's a lot of money in 1981 money, but not like what they cost now. So thank you, Mom and Dad, for my first real guitar there. I don't use it too much anymore. It's definitely not my main guitar, but what it is really good for, it kicks ass. I use it almost exclusively as the guitar I use when I'm recording EBO. And EBO is, where's my EBO? Here it is. It's this, I don't know how it works. I'm not a physicist. But it puts out this little red light and it excites the string and sustains it. So it's like a violin. So many like. That's it. So the Les Paul is really good with getting a great EBO tone down on I was gonna say tape, but it's not. I don't record the tape anymore. But you know what I mean. It's really good for recording EBO sounds. Anyway, that's it. Oh, thanks, Heidi. Yeah, I use it really often on my on guitar solos and to add textures to the atmospheres of our songs. Sometimes I'll just use like a thick like a big muff or distortion to have a note sustain. But an EBO is another way to do that too. Oh my God, Drew, you ran into Bob Hill the other day on another live stream. Bob Hill's a guy that used to like just torment us basically on our live stream. I should have banned him, but I let him kind of hang on for a long time. I don't know why. I guess I found him kind of amusing. He just says so much crazy shit. But he hasn't changed at all. Okay, it's good to know he was not putting on an act for us. He really was the kind of person that he was portraying himself to be. And I finally banned him when he was trying to justify. He was trying to justify that it was all right to. I don't want YouTube to ban me. I'm not supporting this anyway. He's trying to justify it was okay to unalive police officers if you're riding, as long as the officers didn't die that same day. If they passed on the next day or so, it was okay as long as you didn't unalive them on the same day. That's what he was trying to advocate for. Somehow morally okay, or at least not so bad if they didn't pass on until after the day of the riot or whatever. That's when I just said, you're out of here. That is just complete batshit crazy, and I don't want anyone with such morality to be anywhere near me. So that's when I got rid of him. Yeah, is he still haunting vegan channels? Wow, D Rabbit White, your step grandma worked in the Gibson building in part of the company in the 80s, your grandpa, he didn't like rockers who mistreated their guitars because in his mind, the guitar is an artwork. Yeah, I don't mistreat mine. I still have it. It's still great. It's in fantastic shape. But is Bob still haunting vegan channels? Or did you see him on some, what kind of channel did you see him on Drew? Was it, he was on that Chip Guy channel. Chip is a vegan activist. So what was he saying? Was he trying to bug Chip, the vegan activist? What was he doing there, or to Chip himself? Was he being an a-hole like he was to us, to me? You're gonna attend one of those lives. Okay, now you know what channel, Heidi. You can go to find Bob. But yeah, he's not welcome back here. In fact, even if I wanted to unban or unblock Bob, I don't know if I could, because the list of people I have blocked on YouTube is insane. I don't know if I'd be able to find him amongst, like, there's probably like 1,000 people I've blocked over the years. Well, maybe not 1,000, but many hundred, let's say, several hundred. Varley, she tried haunting a, quote, free speech, mostly carnivore chat and got banned pretty much straight away. What did you say to them? Curious. Yeah, report back, Heidi. Let us know how that goes. But if you chat with him now, let him know he's definitely not welcome back here ever again. He's banned for life. For what he said there, how he's trying to justify that ungodly, unethical, completely immoral action. He's for me, like, that's evil. I don't want any part of that. But yeah, say hi to him from your perspective, from you. But yeah, he's not welcome back here. Lifetime ban. It's really hard to get a lifetime ban. That's something right there. Advocating or trying to morally justify unaliving people. Police officers at that, just totally unjustifiable and completely unacceptable. But I should have gotten rid of him back when he was being a misogynist to some of you viewers here. I should have got rid of him way sooner, and I apologize for any of you guys that he said some inappropriate stuff to. I don't know what I was thinking. I was stupid. I should have banned him before it got to where it got to. Oh, Peter, that happens sometimes when I'll ban someone and they'll come back. It'll take them like 2-3 minutes. They'll make another channel name. Then we'll see it's the same crap. We'll know it's them. They'll ban them again. I'll say, we'll win this war. It takes you 3 minutes to create a new account and it takes me like 1 second to ban you. So we can play that game. I'm always going to win. Okay, it was a Discord stream, Drew saying that, where you found Bob. It was a vegan Discord stream where they interact with non-vegans and test if they are morally consistent. And Bob was pretty much trying to argue against all the vegan arguments in the chat. Why is he... Okay, guys, try to explain this to me. Because he's been doing this for years. How can someone be so dedicated to anti-veganism that they literally spent years following vegan content creators like myself and now this Chip and going to their live streams and to vegan live streams and always trying to argue for some anti-vegan point of view? It's like, don't you have something fucking better to do with your life, than to follow the thing that you dislike? Do you see what I'm saying? I've told you many times, there's things in this world I'm not fans of. Lots of stuff I'm not into. But I don't follow them around or anything like that and hate on them. And if I did, maybe it'd just be for a week or two, a month tops or something. But years, literally, Bob was with us for years. He's been gone for at least a year or two now, and he's still doing the same thing. Wow, get a life. Hang out with your own kind, Bob, instead of tormenting us innocent, peaceful vegans, peacefully eating our plants. We don't need bullshit from people, just saying crap about us to our face week in and week out. Wow. Yeah, trolls are weird, huh? Stop abusing animals, be vegan. Trolls are weird. Just get a life. I mean, do something other than what he's doing. Get an interest, a hobby. But yeah, anyway, Uncle, do we still get the corn for Bobo? Yeah, whenever we bring corn home, it's quite a big deal around here, yeah. Varlas says he sounds like those closeted gays who obsess over gay people who are out and proud. Yeah, it does sound a little bit like that. I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, so what got you banned from this live stream, Varlas? You just said that veganism had plenty of protein sources, so you don't need to eat meat. And they freaked out on you? Wow, did they ask you to justify that? I mean, they banned you for saying something that is scientifically true, for sharing true information, a true fact about the world. You got banned. So that shows you what kind of people you're dealing with there, that you got banned for saying something that is, at least amongst people who understand nutrition and the human body, it's not controversial. It's not even remotely weird or to say that plants have protein, and a balanced, sensible plant-based diet has more than enough protein for a person. If you say something like that on their live stream, you get you banned. It shows you they can't handle the truth, right? You said the truth and you got banned. That's the truth. Again, it's not controversial. It's a known true fact. Didn't even get a chance to share some science. Wow. Yeah, Uncle, the truth will get you banned. This is ridiculous. I guess truth is bad if you go on the Flat Earther website and show, some photograph that NASA took of the Earth or something like that. No, banned. It's fake. It's Hollywood. I guess, truth is not welcome in certain circles. Someone might say, well, Ryan, you're a hypocrite. You don't, no, there's no truth. There's no true fact. There's no evidence that shows that veganism is wrong or false or something like that. So please, if anyone's thinking that, no, you can try me if you really think if you're watching right now and you really think you got something to show me how veganism is bad or unhealthy or false, my ethics are screwed up, or I'm lying or something like that. Show me. I invite you. I'm ready for you. If you have something like that going on in your head right now, but Ryan, you ban people for sharing the truth. No, I ban people for lying, for spreading or telling me misinformation. I don't ban them for that. In fact, I welcome them to come on Friday nights and show me the money. Oh, Nikki, you got a vegan bumper sticker on your car. Awesome. I just hope some asshole carnivore bigot doesn't fuck with your car. So, pray to God or Buddha or whatever, just that no one messes with you. I don't make any advertisements on my cars or anything. I only have one car, cars. Like, I've had a couple cars since I've been vegan. I've never wanted to put anything on there. And now more so than ever, because people are so weird now, people make everything about them. It's like if you put a sticker on your car, it'll offend someone else. That's not you. They take it personally. Oh, I feel the guilt when I see that vegan bumper sticker. I'm going to show that person, so I'm afraid of people like that. Hopefully you don't have people like that in your area, Nikki. I pray that's I'm just describing what I see out here, but people seem to be lame everywhere now. I mean, not everyone, but there's weird, mean, asshole people scattered all around now. Yeah, D-Rabbit White, the Earth is a disc on the backs of 4 elephants that are on top of a tortoise flying through space. Prove me wrong! Chamberlain, I'm going to read the last part of your question. Or should we be vegan for reasons other than supply and demand? Excellent question. Well, let's see what veganism is and see if it's some kind of economic movement of some kind to change the balance of supply and demand. No, it's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. If you feel, who said that, Chamberlain? If you feel in your heart, in your morals and ethics, that it's wrong to exploit sentient beings who don't want to die, who intentionally don't give consent for you to exploit their bodies to become your next meal or your next car seat. If you understand that to be wrong, if you agree, I don't want to be part of that. I don't want to participate in those kinds of activities. That's what makes you vegan. The economic part, I don't know. I'm not an economist. I mean, I studied micro and macroeconomics for like 1 semester each or 1 quarter each in college. I don't know how it all works exactly. All I know is every time I buy beans, rice, and potatoes and kale and bananas instead of meat, dairy, eggs, and the like, I'm making some kind of vote in the marketplace with my dollars. I'm saying I put more of these products on the shelves, less of the others, and others collectively. It must make some impact. I don't know what you consider to be enough of an impact or a sufficient impact to cause any kind of certain result. I'm not sure what kind of measurement you're looking for, but I see the supply and demand tipping as a nice side benefit, if there is indeed one. I hope there's one. Just like the economic impact, the positive environmental impact of eating only plants. That's not why I do it. I think it's awesome that vegan diets are ranked #1 as the most climate-friendly diet by the United Nations. That's great, but that's not why I'm vegan. It's another reason to keep me vegan. But the reason why I'm vegan is because I'm against animal cruelty and exploitation. So any other benefits that are also true of being on a plant-based diet, great. Then now, instead of having just one reason to be vegan, which is this is the primary, the essential one, now I have like 5, 6, 7, 8 reasons to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm not going to quit. There's just no reason to stop being vegan. Unless someone pays me $1 billion, then I'll show you the paper trail of them trying to bribe me. P-Dude 1911, thoughts on ethical vegans getting ridiculed for being perfectionists? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Here in the Netherlands, that's standard procedure. Thoughts on common people just being jealous on ethical vegans? Well, we're not perfectionists. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. I mean, do they expect us to be perfectionists? Like, meaning that we're zero harm lifestyle? Just by being vegan, no harm will come to any sentient being whatsoever? I mean, we can't make that promise. I don't know what happens, like, say, in the farming fields. An animal could get hurt. A human worker, a farm worker could get hurt. I'm saying I have no control over anything that happens in the productions of foods. Like a truck delivering food to the supermarket might get in an accident and take out a family. That who knows? I have no control over that stuff. It's an appeal to futility, also better known as the nirvana fallacy. If people expect a perfect solution, and there's no such thing as a perfect solution, so they say, "Oh, since your solution isn't perfect, it sucks. So just don't be vegan. Just eat all the animals you want, because things are going to get harmed anyway." And again, if they're true harm reductionitarianists, they would have no choice other than to be vegan, because this mathematical model takes into account accidental harm and intentional harm, slaughter harm and harvest harm. So if they are truly concerned about doing the least amount of harm, they would have no choice other than to eat a vegan diet. Notice how there's no perfect solution. Even in the production of grains, fruits, and vegetables, there still is some harm, but there's no way to have zero. Again, we live in an imperfect world. There's no way to have perfection here, but we can do pretty damn good. So if this is they can deny this with their own mental gymnastics as why they should keep eating meat, then I don't think they're being honest. Yeah, Chamberlain. Okay, thanks for sharing. He says there are studies and calculations showing that boycotting animal ag does lower its production, but people say these don't factor in the tax subsidies. Again, I'm not trained in that kind of data analysis. I'm not sure what study field that is. I'm not sure what to say to you about that. It's like saying I'm not going to be vegan because I don't think it does enough because of tax subsidies, though. That sounds like a lame reason to not be vegan if you are truly against animal cruelty and exploitation. Because remember, that's what veganism is. But yeah, I'm not sure how to calculate the impact of tax subsidies, Chamberlain. I don't know what to tell. I'm a music producer. I'm not trained in these like data analysis fields or anything like that. I couldn't tell you the answer. And what I'm saying is I don't know. And I'm honest with you. A lot of people have trouble with that, especially like, influencers, which I don't consider myself one. A lot of influencers hate the phrase, I don't know. They like to pretend they know everything. And I'm being honest with you. I don't know. P-Dude, thanks for the reply, Ryan. Let me elaborate. The argument here is that vegans are perfectionists. Then they say it's a lifestyle for the elites. What do you mean? I'm not sure, Petey. I'm not even sure I understand what you're saying that they are saying. The argument here is that vegans are perfectionists. Like, what? Okay, so they're trying to portray vegans as perfectionists. Like, meaning what exactly? I'm not bagging on you, Petey. 19 of them. I'm just not sure what that even means. Vegans are perfectionists. Like about harm, like what I was just talking to you about a few minutes ago, because that's my answer to that. If they mean some other kind of perfectionist, let me know. I don't think I've heard this one before. What's that, Norare? I think you missed a word there. I can't read your sentence and understand it. Sonny, what's the difference between a vitamin and a hormone? Go to Google, bro. I'm a music producer. I'm not a nutritionist. Okay, Chamberlain. Back to our discussion here about economics and subsidies. It says we need better research. I agree with you. I don't know how much there is. I assume it could be better. Let's see. Even though us vegans don't need it to make an impact in order to not be part of it, it's a principled stance against it. Non-vegans and Ali Tabrizi's often need more convincing. I don't think Ali needs any convincing. He's been convinced. As I showed earlier, Ali is now firmly being funded by a where'd it go? By what's it called? Barzell Media. Ever since January 1st of this year, he's on their payroll as an influencer to spread their particular political slant message. I'm not going to make a commentary. You can go investigate this, you guys, yourself. It's the kind of politics that I want to stay away from. Just politics in general, but I'm not going to make a commentary on this. But this is who's paying him to make his content now, and somehow they fail. At least he finds that being anti-vegan is more in his economic interest. And I just want to know, how much money are they paying him to like flip a switch as far as his messaging about animal rights? I'm saying you can convince someone you can try to convince them all you want, but if they're on someone's payroll, they're not going to change their opinion unless you pay them more. Okay, Sonny says you can make a hormone. All right, thank you for that, Sonny. Thanks for your wisdom there. Carl says vitamins are the things your body cannot produce. Hormones your body can produce. This is technically why vitamin D is actually a hormone. Oh, thanks for that distinction there, Carl. Okay, Varley says, I think you are an influencer, Ryan. Depends how you define influencer. It really does, You were one of the first YouTube vegans I found back in 2019, and I helped you learn all the arguments against anti-vegans. Yeah, I don't consider myself an influencer. I'm a music producer, and I happen to be a vegan, and I happen to be trained in from my college days in philosophy and critical thinking, and I've applied those skills to responding to anti-vegan misinformation. So I consider influencers more, they're trying to like sell you something, I guess we have our books and stuff like that, but that's not really a big thing. You don't see me pushing them all that often. I don't think we even have our chat bot. Has our chat bot been working tonight? Let's see. If our stream, yeah, it's been working tonight, but okay. I guess it depends what you consider an influencer. It seems to have, to me, it has like a dirty word now. It's like to me, it kind of implies some kind of insincerity or just trying to do it for clicks and popularity, and that's far from why. If I wanted to be a popular social media personality, I would have picked, let's talk about responding to Joe Rogan. That wouldn't have been the career path if I wanted to be a popular social media personality. Uncle, yes, that's it. You nailed it on the head, Uncle. A musician who happens to be a cult leader. Exactly. I happen to just be the vegan cult leader, but I'm first and foremost, I've been a professional musician way longer than I've had a vegan YouTube channel. Ali said in his video he was open to arguments to convince him he was wrong if he didn't... okay, I don't think he's sincere in that challenge. Basically, Chamberlain, in my response to Ali, pretty much everything he said that was anti-vegan in nature, I thoroughly responded to. And let's just say let's say I responded to like 10 points. And let's just say one of them wasn't that good. One of my 10 points wasn't all that strong. Okay, how about the other 9? I couldn't have fucked them all up. You know what I'm saying? I think, easily handled each of his claims and showed how they were either just vague generalizations, they were invoking logical fallacies to try to get to the conclusion, and his conclusions often didn't follow because there was nothing other than a emotionally charged anecdotal story to lead to the conclusion he wanted us to follow. There was no data, there was no intellectual rigor of any kind. Just, hey, listen to this story about this hypothetical mom carrying a baby in her arm, and a vegan activist said, you gotta eat just beans and rice, Mom. You know, that's all you have. You know, it's just anyway. So I think I did a thorough response to him, and Mike the Vegan apparently just made one tonight too. So I don't think. Here, I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, but I'm not. I'm not wrong. I know he's not going to change, no matter how thorough of a debunking and response he got from me and Mike and others. He's not going to change. $5 says he's not going to change. And I'll put another $5 bet. I bet within a year's time, you're going to hear about him eating more than just like the honey and he tried some dairy thing and didn't like it. I bet you some solid meat's going down within a year. I hope I'm wrong. What do you guys think? Yeah, D Rabbit White. I'm with you. I believe it's my personal belief. Same with yours, D Rabbit. Ollie has made up his mind to not be convinced, especially when one remembers any of his old stuff in Seaspiracy. Okay, D Rabbit said also, and tonight's video from Mike the Vegan also handled each of Ali's claims, sometimes citing my videos. Well, I got to check out Mike's video tonight. Then awesome. I don't think he was sincere, Mike. I'm sorry that Ollie was sincere when he says, I'm open to be debunked and shown that I was wrong. I doubt it. I think he's just saying that to try to put out a tough face for his political masters and stuff like that. $5, he's not going to listen. He's not going to go back. And I tell you, another $5, he'll probably eat some animal products within a year's time. Again, I hope I'm wrong in that bet, but that's where my predictions go. And I hate to say that, but I'm just being honest and realistic. Yeah, Peter, I didn't even get to that. I'm kind of kicking myself now for not. I had one last point towards the end I was going to cover, and somehow I deleted the clip and I forgot to respond to it. But he clearly said he was okay with someone catching fish as long as it was like he was like the person had like a canoe and was fishing in an area that didn't have overfishing issues. He said in that case, catch the fish. Like, okay, so all you are concerned about, I should make another video, because all that shows that he's not concerned about animal cruelty or exploitation. What about the sentient being, the fish getting caught? He's okay with that as long as the environmental impact was next to nothing. So it shows you he's lost all sense of like morality and ethics and animal rights, and is only measuring things in terms of environmental harm. So yeah, I feel dumb for having somehow, I had so many clips of his, I just somehow accidentally didn't get it in my final edit. So yeah, I saw that, and maybe I'll make one more video about that, about my deleted clip there, because it was so telling. It just showed like animal ethics and cruelty and rights. Don't give a shit. Just don't impact the environment. So in that case, yeah, free-range grass-fed cattle are great, right? You know, low impact, you know, that's cool. You know, who cares about them being slaughtered at the end? Doesn't matter, you know? Yeah, maybe I'll make another one, Peter. What's that, Chamberlain? That also shows how he doesn't really care about efficacy, since there's no doubt he is making an impact on those individual fish he is personally extracting from the ocean. Well, it's making an impact on their lives that these fish are being taken from their home, exploited, killed, so that a guy can have a fish meal at night, an unnecessary fish meal. But all he said, yeah, I don't see any problem with that as long as there was no environmental devastation going on there. It was like in a place where there's abundant fish. Just catch a fish. Who gives a shit, you know? So yeah, maybe I'll make one more vid. Hey Bill, all right, you vegans, my ears are hungry for some rasty tunes before I crash and burn. Bad company, here I come. All right, play, let's see. Ready for Love for me. Listen to that. Throw that one on for me tonight if you can. Let's see. How are we doing here? Oh, about 2 hours. Cool. I'm going to go watch Mike the Vegan's video tonight. So that's cool. I'm glad to learn that he included some of my clips in the discussion. Cool. Because I really did think this through quite a bit before I filmed it. Chamberlain adds, apparently even when Ali made Seaspiracy, he didn't grasp the concept that an individual animal mattered. That's why I said I want to go watch Seaspiracy again and see if there's really much, if any, mention about animal rights, animal cruelty and exploitation, or is it just purely, let's save the oceans from overfishing, which I'm not downplaying, but, veganism is more than just an environmental message. It has environmental impacts, and they're positive ones, but at its core, as I said, you're against animal cruelty and exploitation. You feel that animals have rights. Anyway, and always saw them, animals, as an aggregate, not individuals, that would be impactful to the environment. Yeah, that's why I want to rewatch that again. No, I don't want to watch it again. I don't want to give him any more clicks and money. I feel like, I'll be supporting his lifestyle, his non-vegan political lifestyle now. All right, cool, Bill. Yeah, turn up an extra notch for me when Ready to Love comes on. No, Earthling Ed made a video about raw vegans. No, is it brand new? No, or is it an old one? Yeah, Chamberlain, I think I have to agree with your assessment of Ali there. He said, so I think he was always more of a plant-based environmentalist. That's what I think too. Thinking back about Seaspiracy and combining that with what he said in his "Why I'm No Longer Vegan" video, really, he skirted completely around the issue of animal cruelty and exploitation. As I showed, he never once mentioned anything of a definition of veganism that involved animal cruelty and exploitation. He always referred or compared or defined or measured veganism in terms of total net harm, environmental things, how expensive is it? Never once talked about animal rights, animal cruelty, exploitation, just all those other things. So yeah, I'm really wondering now if what you're saying, that your assessment of him there, Chamberlain, is correct. I'm leaning with you that way. But maybe I will watch Seaspiracy one day when I got some time, just to see if there's any ethical bits in there, because I'm really doubting now. And as long as you guys point out, he lied in the movie, right? He said he tried to portray himself as a non-vegan, just walking into this ocean overfishing issue, just blundering into it and just learning, discovering as we watch him make the movie there how horrible it was. He knew how it was. He already made a little, a small mini documentary of Seaspiracy a year or two or so before the actual movie came out. He knew what he was doing, but he's lying how he's not vegan. I could see why, maybe, just try to not come off as some kind of crazy vegan culty activist, but still, that's insincere, because everyone that knew him from before the movie knows he's not being truthful there. Anyway, yes, Chamberlain, I heard that story, that vegan revolution. He crawled out from, I haven't heard from that guy in ages, and let us know about how Ali in the movie, originally, this is alleged from someone. I'm not saying this is this is not my story. I'm just the messenger of the story here. That Vegan Revolution, who was working with Ali in the past on this movie, Ali had this idea let's go to my dad's fish restaurant and will show me cooking some fish there, because in the movie's timeline, I'm not a vegan yet. So we'll just show how I'm a regular Joe Blow frying fish up with my dad in his restaurant. Really relatable and emotionally charged story. And Vegan Revolution, what? Fuck no, we're vegans. People know you're vegan. They know I'm a vegan. I'm not going to be part of this. And that's why, one of many reasons perhaps why, but that's one reason why Vegan Revolution was no longer stopped working with Ali on Seaspiracy, because he didn't want to be part of some, let's show vegans cooking fish. What? This is nuts. Anyway, again, I can't attest to how truthful that story is. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I heard from someone who was much closer to Ali than I ever was. Maybe he's lying. He could be. He could just be joshing us. I don't know. But I agree with Chamberlain, your assessment. It's all about saving the world. Tim, not much about respecting sentient beings, honoring their rights. There's no ethical way to exploit and ultimately kill a sentient being who doesn't provide any consent to be your dinner. Oh, Earthing Ed's. Yeah, I saw the thumbnail, Peter. Yeah, you're telling me how I made a video about raw and stuff. Earthing Ed's video is all about veganism as a form of wellness. Yeah, I want to watch it. I just saw that thumbnail pop up in my feed, I think yesterday. But I haven't watched too much YouTube yet today. Let's see. Yeah, wellness. Making veganism, giving it a bad name. Yeah, I agree. I don't like wellness. I don't like that term wellness. And again, I don't like the term influencer. I'm a music producer and I don't know, sort of an intellectual vegan activist of some kind. I don't know. But yeah, anyway. So what do you guys think? Should we call this live stream at night? I think I scared away a lot of our regular viewers tonight. Maybe. Are you still here, Age? I haven't seen you for a bit. I've been ranting tonight about this whole Seaspiracy thing there. Are you still there? But yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal when someone of Ali's history and standing, as far as people that know vegan YouTubers and vegan documentaries, to see someone like that still here. AJ, awesome, cool. I'm glad I didn't scare you guys off. It's just a big deal when someone like that makes or announces to the world that he or she is no longer vegan, he in Ali's case. And secondly, not only that, adds on the way out a bunch of just complete gibberish nonsense, misinformation about why veganism is bad, why vegan people like myself are bad and anti-natalist and unhealthy and feel morally superior and have orthorexia. It's just a big deal. It's a lot to take in, especially when such a vegan activist like Ali has sat right here in this room and made videos with us, and it's a real It's an emotional thing. I can't lie. It's just like a certain wow. I thought we could trust more people. So yeah, don't let me down, guys. If you ever quit, I don't want you to quit. If you ever quit, just don't do that kind of shit. Just quit and don't lie. Don't make up a bunch of don't repeat a bunch of nonsense on your way out that you would have laughed at back when you were serious about veganism. So Chamberlain, what's your you're still here, Heidi? Awesome. So Chamberlain says, so the inefficacy, I can't pronounce it right now. Inefficacy. I don't know why I had so much trouble right now with that. Inefficacy argument seems like a distraction for him, since he wouldn't care anyway unless it made a significant environmental impact. He feels like the person who says, yeah, one vote doesn't matter. Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's, again, appeal to futility, a nirvana fallacy kind of situation. And that's why I specifically pointed out at least one nirvana fallacy that he used. But the tofu factory worker, though, might not be vegan. So, you can't support the tofu, I didn't even bring up that most soy isn't grown for humans, let alone vegans. Like 90% of soy is fed to livestock. The rest that goes to humans, only couple percent goes to vegans, it's I don't know why vegans are the ones that are responsible for soy and tofu production. It's just absurd, that we're the ones that have to hold all the baggage, since we at the same time consume such a tiny percentage of overall soy made. It's a ridiculous thing. I didn't even talk about that at all. It's just he's just threw so much shit on the walls in that whole video. I didn't have time. Maybe that was the strategy. Could it have been just to throw so much shit in the walls like no one could possibly respond to it all, because I feel if he just made 3 or 4 arguments, I could have gone in more depth and been more thorough, but I wanted to touch upon him, and there were so many He flung so many poops on the wall. I didn't even get to that one about how he said it was okay to fish. As long as there's not a bunch of other fishermen in the area. It's just you and there's a bunch of fish. Go out in your canoe and catch all the fish you want. It's totally cool. I didn't even get a chance to do that one. So maybe I'll do that next week.
Thanks for the tip.
I can already see the title. Seaspiracy director says, it's okay to catch fish. Something like that, maybe. Oh, how many caps is too many? Yeah, I'm sorry if D Rabbit. I'm sorry if that Streamlabs our bot caught you. I don't know. I don't know what it did. I'm sorry. I apologize. I have it turned on to like flag chats that have or comments that have too many caps, because often trolls just come in, hey, all you vegans are a bunch of stupid. It's usually them, but unfortunately sometimes a fine vegan like yourself puts in too many caps for the Streamlabs algorithm. So I'm sorry. Maybe I'll turn it off. I haven't had really too many trolls at all lately coming in speaking in all caps like that. Hey, all you vegans, how come you guys all think you're more superior to everyone and you're orthorexic? I haven't had that happen in a while. So if I can remember, I'll turn it off before next week's live stream. So, if all cap spamming becomes a problem again in the future, then I'll turn it back on, is what I'm saying. Oh, you love me, Par? Then you didn't get caught. Awesome. You didn't get caught by our spammer. Actually, I'm getting tired. By our all caps spam bot thingy that Streamlabs has built into it. And Peter just tipped me $1. What'd you say there, Peter? There was a large group of anti-natalists at Vegan Campout, and they basically said if you support having children, should not call yourself vegan. And maybe I said there are some anti-natalists that are vegan, but guess what? There's a lot of anti-natalists, even more anti-natalists, who are not vegan. So it seems completely unfair and ridiculous to say this is a vegan point of view, especially when he said it's the point of view of the majority of vegans or the majority of vegan activists or something like that. There's no quantifiable evidence to suggest anything of the sort. Yeah, who should have said, I one time saw some anti-natalists at Vegan Campout, and that left an impact on me. But you can't generalize that they represent the majority of vegans' opinion on the matter. Anyway, guys, yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, maybe I'll make one more video about it's okay to catch fish. I think that would be the ultimate irony of a Seaspiracy director's quitting vegan. He's even cool with people catching fish now. So yeah, maybe I'll talk about that. That could be kind of fun. I don't want to, don't use me. I'm not an influencer. Don't do what I did necessarily. And she wouldn't do the same, but I went and unfollowed him. I didn't even realize I was still following him. Like, oh man, I still have him on Instagram and like Facebook and stuff. I just made sure I don't want to be part of his subscriber count anymore. Now that he's got that media company trying to like, supposedly I heard they're trying to buy him subscribers so he looks more important and stuff. He's already getting deals and sponsorships and stuff like that. So I don't want to contribute to those metrics to help promote someone who I just don't want to help anymore or promote anymore. Sorry, Ollie, I just don't want to. You've said too much shit about veganism and people like myself that I'm mad. I'd like to see him make a video walking it back. I didn't really mean to say all vegans are orthorexic. I didn't really mean to say most vegans are anti-natalists. I didn't really mean to say most vegans are, well, blah, 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 he said. So yeah, if he wants to make a follow-up video, that'd be cool. I'm not counting on it, but I'm sure a lot of vegans would at least appreciate that he overstated his anti-vegan stuff about people like us. VD made a video about me calling out raw vegans. God bless you, VD. I'm so glad VD can't stop watching me. Like I said, I'm a tiny channel, but she's still, like, here we are, like 5 years later. VD, you just can't stop watching my stuff, huh? My content is so amazing, so awesome, so riveting that you just can't put it down. You just have to keep watching my stuff and making videos about me. So that's awesome. I don't watch your crap, VD, because your crap is toxic. It's venereal disease, as your title, as your channel name implies. So yeah, you keep giving me clicks, giving me views. I'm not going to support your stuff, and I'm not going to take the bait and make a response. I know you get really lonely, VD, when this is like what, the second or third video you've made about me now, and I haven't responded. I'm not going to take the bait. If anything, VD, maybe I'll send it to my attorney, because I told our happy fam here, our viewers, that I have some extra attorney money right now. I had my mom had a case I was getting worked on, and it seems to be done now. So we're gonna get a nice refund from our retainer that we've paid 2 retainers now, actually. So I have some extra lawyer money. So maybe I'll find out who that person was that got VD like in a lot of trouble, because that'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? You know, someone who's been making slanderous videos. I think, though, Peter told me, is it true, Peter? She took down all the real slanderous videos about me. The one where she's criticizing my appearances, saying I have permanent forehead wrinkles. Like when I do this, see them there, right there? And now they're gone. But she said they're there all the time. She said I'm going bald, even though, I'm not. Said my eyebrows are falling out, even though I showed they're the same as they were in my 20s. I'm 57 now. Did she take those slander appearance videos down? Because if all she has up are videos of me talking about more, intellectual things, I don't think that would be slander. But anyway, okay, if she took the personal attack videos down, that's what's going to get her in a lot of trouble. But yeah, VD, it's so touching. You can't quit me. I'm so charismatic. Awesome. It makes me feel good about myself that someone who hates me so much still loves watching me. There must be a little attraction there, huh, VD? I know you had a little thing for Earthling Ed. There must be a little thing for me too, because all these years you just can't put it down. You can't put down watching me and talking about me. So that's cool. Keep looking at this beautiful face. And VD, let me give you one more still image here for old time's sake, because you know what she does. She finds a video of someone talking like, hey, it's right, happy Halloween. She hits pause at an intentionally non-flattering moment in the video where you look like, So that's what she does, and she leaves it on there. She'll talk about you the whole time. You're sitting there. So I'm going to do this. Be ready, VD? Get your screenshots ready. I'm going to give you one good thumbnail. One last one for old time's sake. You got that? And I want to hear your creative story. Just break some new ground here to explain how eating a diet of plants, a healthy, balanced, sensible vegan diet, caused me to look like. Okay, do it. I'll impress me, knock the socks out of me, and I will score you on a scale of 1 to 10 there. I'm going to grade it holistically. So, just pull out all stops. And if it's really good, I'll read it. I'll share your response here. If you have a really good, creative response that impresses me, wow, that was good, Use ChatGPT if you have to get some help there. Whatever you need to do to make a good response video to explain my horrific appearances when you freeze frame me at inopportune moments. Anyway, guys, thanks for letting me know about that, Peter. And next week, and maybe I'll make one more video about the Ollie thing. I'm not sure. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to be exploitative of this situation. I'm trying to handle this with class and tact. But I'll think about it. But I should have some kind of new video next week. And Sarah will be back next Friday, hopefully. So Sarah, hope you're having a good time at the concert tonight. Late model / Sarah, let us know how it's going. Hope you're having fun up there. Again, I want to thank you guys all for being here with me on your Friday night. I know you guys have many things you guys can do on your Fridays. I don't have a life. I don't have anything fun I could be doing. So this is fun for me. I don't go to clubs or anything like that, or music venues or anything like that. This is my idea of fun. Fridays, it's like for most people's weekend, Saturdays or Sunday. This is my fun day. I go to the gym usually, come back, eat some good food, get ready for the live stream, and hang out with you guys for a couple hours. And like I said, you guys always are there for me. I hope I'm there for you. Hopefully we all help each other, make each other feel better and happier, because you guys have that effect on me. Just, even though I can't see you guys, I can see your thoughts. I can interact with you on a mental level. And, it's just cool to have a group of people that I've been chatting with for years now. Most of you guys have been with us for like at least 3 years. That's how long we've had our channel membership thing. So it's cool to see you guys through all this time and before then. So I want to say thank you guys for sticking it out with us here with our little old vegan channel from a couple little music producers here. So thanks everyone. Thanks for being cool. Thanks for being awesome. Thank you for moderating fearlessly. My two moderators, Peter and Uncle. It wasn't too bad tonight. I thought we were going to get more knuckleheads because of the higher than normal views I got for the Ollie video. I wasn't doing it for views. I just had to respond when I saw him say all that crap. Angie had to hold me back. I'm just going, no, I got to respond. Anyway, guys. Yeah, and check out Mike the Vegan's video on him responding to Ollie. Apparently he's some little clips of mine maybe, so we'll check that out, guys. So anyway, much love, stay cool, stay vegan. I'm no longer vegan videos until I see you guys next week, guys. Much love. See you guys. Peace out. Doesn't suck being vegan.